Hey, this is Mitch from Castro Valley Fitness. How you doing? Welcome to our 19th installment of Friday workouts. So this week we're going to go fun. We're just going to have some fun today. Weather's beautiful. We can get outside. We can do some things. The weather's been one of the saving graces of this period of our little history here. It's been beautiful. So what that means is we got to get our beach bodies working. All right. What that means is upper body. Sounds silly, but there we go. We're going to be working on upper body today. So you're going to need some dumbbells. A bench would help, although you could use a floor or a wall. We'll go over a few variations. But we are going to start with the good old-fashioned dumbbell bench press, okay? So got a bench, got a couple of heavy dumbbells. We are going heavy today as well, okay? So as heavy as you can. You know, you might be a little limited with the equipment you have, but do the best you can with it. So we're going to start with dumbbell bench press. We need a couple of dumbbells. So setup on the dumbbell bench press is actually a little confusing if you've never done this before or if you're not really familiar with it, particularly as the weight gets a little heavy. So the way I like to start, the way I like to set up is put the dumbbells on your knees, pick them up one at a time, as you just saw me do, one at a time. Put the dumbbells on your knees, lean back and kind of kick the weights up. Boom, just like that. And then we go, boom. Dumbbell bench press. So notice a couple things here. I'm going kind of a little more neutral grip. That's how you put these down, by the way. So when I say neutral grip, I mean I'm kind of holding them in this position. I'm not necessarily doing this. So if you notice what happens when I do this, you see that my elbows kind of flare a little bit, and that's also going to raise my shoulders a little bit. Sometimes you can do it with that form, with that hand position, and it's perfectly fine. A lot of people these days have issues with their shoulders, so a neutral grip, I kind of do it like almost a 45-degree angle. That's just a lot easier on the shoulders. So if you have tight shoulders, do that. If you don't, it doesn't really matter so much. One of the cues when you're doing dumbbell bench is just like when you're doing a push-up. I want you to activate those shoulder blades. We don't want you in this position pushing here. We want open up. Even as you're lying on a bench, even as you're lying down, it's really important to engage those shoulders and kind of open up that chest. Don't just because you're lying down doesn't mean you can just kind of relax and just use your arms. We want to use everything we got from the lats. Another thing when you're putting the weights down, if you notice when I put them down, I was here, I kind of put them on my knees. You can do that. The other thing you can do is put them down one at a time. Do not put them down both at the same time unless you really want to mess your shoulders up. Hey, it's your life. Do what you want. We're going to move on now. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do a kind of a superset here. We're going to do a one-arm dumbbell row with our knee on the bench. Okay, so if you don't have a bench, you can put your hand on the wall like we've done many times. You can look at some of those old videos to see that. I'm going to show you the form with your knee on the bench. So what you're going to do here, one knee on the bench, one hand here. So what we want to make sure we're doing is keeping our back nice and straight. Again, just because you're in kind of a supported position here does not mean that you can just completely ignore your posture and your position, okay? That does not guarantee that you will be in a good position just because you are supporting your position. So make sure you're thinking of that. So chest up nice and tall. We want something pretty heavy here. We want something that feels like something. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to row. When I row, you notice I'm pulling back. My movement is back. It's not up. Like this is back. So I showed you this before. So this is my position as I pull back. If I pull up, this is my position. Okay? You can tell the difference there. The other thing to think about when you're doing that is the muscles I'm using on a row. I've said this many times. Rows are not an arm exercise. Rows are an upper back exercise, okay? This is when I am engaging when I'm rowing. I'm not using my arm. My arm's just holding on to that dumbbell, but it is, as you can see, my arm's relatively loose here. It's my upper back that's moving. So that first movement is boom. I haven't even moved bent my elbow yet. And I've gotten the weight from here all the way to here. Boom, and then I finish it off. Okay, so that's the one arm row. Obviously, we're going to use both sides there. After that, we're going to work on the most important muscles in your body, the arms. Sun's out, guns out, right? So here's what we're going to do here. We're going to go on. We're going to go dumbbell tricep extensions. So you're going to use a lighter weight for the dumbbell tricep extension than you would for either the bench press or the one-arm row. So what you're going to do here is, again, take care of that setup, same setup that I did for bench press. Boom, lock it in. So arms straight. Very important you get those arms straight up here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to bend at the elbow and then straighten our arms out. Boom. Straighten our arms out. So just as a note, whenever you do an exercise that bends your arm, you're using some bicep. Whenever you're doing an exercise that straightens your arm, you're using tricep, okay? So this is kind of confusing motion at first, so here's going to how it's going to be, the kind of way I like to think about it if you haven't done this before. Arms are straight. I'm just bending at the elbow. So almost like there's like a bar right here, and I cannot move my arm other than here. Boom, lock it out. Lock it out. Make sure you're getting that straight arm, locked out position every time. The other thing on this is make sure your elbows are staying as straight as you can. You don't want them to flare out, okay? You don't want that, you want that, okay? So that's the dumbbell tricep extension mixed up with the one-arm dumbbell row. Let's move along. Okay, next exercise, everyone's favorite exercise, the good old-fashioned dumbbell curl, building those biceps. Again, summer's here, we got to get these suckers ready for show. So what we're going to do, take some dumbbells. We start with our palms facing in, okay? And then we're going to do alternating today. You can do them together too, doesn't matter, whatever you like to do. I'm going to show you alternating. When you bring it up, you're going to bring it up and then twist that dumbbell, boom, bring it back down. Control that descent, okay? We don't want to just bring it up and then just let it drop. We don't want that. We want control both ways. When you bring it up, again, that twist and squeeze that bicep at the top, okay? So, I'll show you from the side. Boom, right through there, okay? Very, very good. There, after that, we're going to go what we call a rear delt raise. So, for this, you're going to use a fairly light weight. Definitely lighter than anything else we've used today. So what you're going to do here, this is the movement right here. So I'm going to make sure my feet are pointing straight ahead. I'm going to push my hips back. As always, I'm going to pay close attention to my back position, making sure I'm keeping my back straight. And I'm just going to bring these dumbbells straight out to the side. Boom. Okay, go out from here. Boom, right through there. Keeping my back straight. The muscles I'm using here, again, some of these muscles right here, if you're feeling this up here, that means you're shrugging. We don't want that. I want you to get as close to parallel to the ground as you can get. The other nice hint I like on this is I'm thinking about lifting with my pinkies. What that's going to do is it's going to open me up. So I'm lifting here. If I lift with my index fingers, I'm going to come out a little more like this. I want to bring that out all the way. Get those arms nice and wide. Not necessarily locked out straight with a slight bend. Boom, that position right there, and you're going to feel that right through here, okay? Let's move on to our last exercise of the day. All right, so we're going to finish up with just a little bit of kind of cardio, power work, whatever you want to call it. If you don't have a medicine ball like this at home, you can actually use a pillow. That works just fine. You just have to go down there and get it. So what we're going to do, these are medicine ball slams. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to pick that ball up over your head, slam it down on the ground as hard as you can. Notice how I'm using my legs, not just my arms. I'm not just doing this. I'm using my legs. When I use my legs, that ball bounces up. I can get it. I can go again. The idea is hard and fast. Get it, and go. If you're using a pillow, same thing. Bring it over your head. Boom. Go down and get it. Go again. Okay? Give me a second. I'll tell you how we're going to organize this workout. So how we're going to organize today's workout is it really depends somewhat on the equipment you have. In a perfect world, I want you to be able to do somewhere between 6 and 8 reps of everything we're doing today. Okay? Well, 6 and 8 reps of the bench press and the row. For the tricep extension and the bicep curls, I'd rather you get 10 to 12 reps. For the dumbbell lateral raises, 8 to 12 reps, something like that. For the medicine ball slams, maybe 3 or 4 sets of 8 to 10. If you're limited with the equipment you have, do the best you can. Get as many reps in as you can, but try to go heavy today. You know, again, we're trying to push a little bit. It's kind of hard at home. That was kind of the theme of my Wednesday post this week. It's kind of hard to get to really work on strength when you're limited with the equipment you have, but do the best you can with it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I can help you out, and I will see you later. Have a great weekend. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.